Right guys, welcome to another video. So we're actually working on the 350 today. Obviously I am going to do a little bit on the VXR as well. As you can see here, I've gone and bought a K&N cone filter. The K&N cone filter fits the 350 and the VXR. So I know I've already shown a video on how to do it on the VXR, but this is going to be very quick. As you can see, it is K&N, even though I've got it upside down. There we go. So it's a 3-inch inlet on this side. You know, with the 350 you've got to obviously have this, which is a bracket, which I'll show you on later on, but that is also 3-inch. You can get an induction kit for it, which we've bought as well, so we are going to fit an induction kit on the 350, but I thought I'd treat the VXR as well. And here comes Jack. I thought I'd treat the VXR as well and give it a K&N cone filter to get that sound back. Right, so we've got T20 screws, 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're just going to take them out straight away. Right, so once you've got that, I believe it's an 8mm socket for here. It's 8 or 7, yeah, I can't really remember which one it is.
7.
Definitely a 7. Other way. You just pull it all up, like so, and pull it off, like that. Right, so take your filter out, like that. Stay. Obviously you can keep your box in to help you hold the cone up, which a lot of people do, but you can also take that out. If you want to do that, just pull it straight up. Right guys, so obviously I've got a 3-inch fit here. It fits over the top. It is a little big, but when you tighten it, it will, when I've actually got it to tighten, it will actually get tighter, so don't worry about that, it will fit. Make sure when you are tightening it that the actual clamp is over the plastic of the Muff Sensor. Job's a good one. Let's move on to 350. Right guys, so the VXR has been done. We're moving on to 350 now. As you can see, we've got a stainless steel induction pipe. The kit I did buy, it was blue, but what we've gone and done, we've gone and bought a 76mm internal red silicone pipe. So obviously this engine bay is going red, red and black. And we've also gone and bought a 90mm silicone pipe. We've cut it to size to match the ones that was actually in the kit already. So we've obviously got all the clamps with the kit. This is what I was talking about. This sits on this Muff Sensor just here. It is a direct fit. We've got a K&N cone filter. That's got a 3-inch inlet. That also fits straight onto this as well. We're going to work from the cone filter backwards. We've got a 10mm bolt here, 10mm bolt here. We're going to remove those first and work from that. So what we're doing now is just unplugging Muff Sensor, so we can actually get some other bolts. Before we go any further, we've got this bolt just here. Point to it, Jack. 10mm again. That's what we're going to undo to release the pipe.
Yeah, I'm going to do it all the way, just a clamp.
You pull it off and don't hit your head, Jack. Obviously, the state of this cone filter is pretty damn dire. Look at that. So the guy who's had it before, look at that in there, Jesus.
It's not good.
So the guy who's had it before me, he's not really looked after his cone filter. So this is why we're upgrading. Let's have a look inside it. Then you're going to have to undo your clamp a little bit as well. Just to get it off of that bracket after, but you can save that. That's just for your, basically to allow you to sit on this. It's basically the same thing as what I showed you earlier, but that other thing just fits on this Muff Sensor.
Dirty in there.
Look at that.
You got cloth so we can wipe this down.
Yeah. Alright, so what we're going to do now is we're going to clean this Muff Sensor and then I'll get back to you in a second. Right, so we've gave that a little bit of a clean down. It's not too bad inside. We've just gone around outside and cleaned it, but you have got this seal on the inside, so just make sure that that comes away, because it does stick to the air filter sometimes. So just make sure you get that out, because you are going to need that. Next step is the bolt at the top. Simple as that. So you want to undo that clamp, and then that should all just pull away. I think you do actually have a sensor underneath as well, which we'll get to after. You got that bolt at the top. You've also got a 10mm right here as well on the bracket, so we're going to undo them. Then it should just pull straight off. If you do get a bit tight at the top, use a screwdriver and just pry it off. Right, so obviously that's been pulled off. Obviously underneath you've got a breather pipe. If you've got a pair of pliers, use them to pull that off. If you haven't, just use your fingers like Jack. Although we do have some pliers, but we always like to struggle first before we actually get the actual right tool, don't we, Jack?
Yep.
So now we're going to reverse it and put the new one on. Right, so once you've fit the hose on the end of the throttle body, you want to make sure you push your breather pipe back on, and then just put your clip back round as well. Just get a bit of a strength. If you struggle to get this on, just put it in a bit of warm water, just dip it in end. Dry it a little bit first and it should let you put it on, and it should make it a bit more flexible. Alright, so what we've done here is we've put the pipe in. Just watch your breather pipe. You may have to unclip a bit of plastic underneath, which is a wire. It's just literally a wire that sits on a clip, just where it holds it, but it's not in any way if you just unclip it to make yourself a little bit more room. And then once you've got your clamp on, you just want to tighten it up at the top. Once it's done at the top slightly, you do need to twist it at the bottom. So don't do it fully, just sit it so where you need to get, and then do the bottom bits as well after, before you tighten the top bit completely. The drink break, we're going to go and get some drinks, letting it warm up, but Jack has no clue that I'm recording him until now. With the pipe, it's too long, so with the Muff Sensor and everything on it, so it actually comes out too far. We've tried taking the little cold air feed off it as well, when we've got to the bottom, but that don't work, so it's still like too long, so we're gonna have to take a couple inches off the pipe. So we've come to good old B&Q. We're gonna get an Outsole, and then we're gonna chop it down a couple of inches, but we are going to show you us doing it anyway. I do like to show you guys everything that we do in this channel. We don't like to show you things that goes to plan all the time, because believe me, it doesn't, does it, Jack?
Not recently.
No, there's always something. So we like to just show you the raw things, and obviously if you guys buy a kit like this or something like that, at least you're going to know you can cut it down this way as well. The pipe is literally just too long. It's way too long by a couple of inches. So yeah, we'll get back to you when we get back to the car. So we're taking this back off. We're back now. We've got an Outsole. We're just going to take it all off, measure it all up, put some masking tape over it for the cut so it don't splinter. We're going to take, I think, 2 inches off, aren't we, Jack?
Something like that.
About 2 inches. And also, this car's great, look. It's great for a drink stand. Right, so just showing you guys, we're back to the start again, because obviously we found out it was too long. We've took a couple of inches off the bottom, as you can see here, so it sits back a little bit more now. We've dry fit it and tested it, but it looks perfectly fine. It sits very well, so now we've took them 2 inches off. We're just going to, again, like we said, put the Muff Sensor and everything back on, put the air filter on, and tighten all the clamps. Right, so a little tip, this is a bit tight to get on the Muff Sensor, so we just put it in some warm water to soften it up. This will let you obviously put it over the Muff Sensor, because it will just make it a little bit more rigid for you. Same thing with the breather pipe. Just obviously, I know it's easier to put this in there because it's not on anything, but if you want to put the breather pipe in there, just take the jug up to the breather pipe and just dip the end of it in instead.
Smoking kills.
So just a bit of advice for you guys. If you're worrying about putting this on the wrong way, you can't actually get it on the wrong way, because you've got this plate. Obviously your filter has to sit on that with the plate there, as you can see. So as long as that's obviously where your filter needs to be, then it is the right way. As you can see, it's sat in. What we're going to do now is just, obviously, we're going to put the old brace back on, because the one we've got, it's just a straight, so it don't really fit. So we're going to put these nuts and bolts in that came with it, and we're going to obviously tighten everything up and plug the Muff Sensor and that in as well. Very, very straightforward. It's just reversing the process that we've already just shown you. We've put this brace back on here temporarily, look. No bolts are really tight, it's just loose fit, as you can see where it sits. So it's nice behind the shield. Obviously up here, we've just got to tighten all that sort of stuff, but other than that, we're pretty much done here. So what we're going to do is just going to tighten it all up, like I said. I may show you a little bit of Jack just tightening it. The brace just turns.
I've got a headache.
Right guys, so obviously that's in. Looks all nice and fresh. As you can see, we're going with the red theme. That's why obviously we've made the pipes ourselves. It's still sitting nice, all sits nice inside there. So what we're going to do is we're going to give you a little listen, so you guys can hear what it sounds like. Obviously just a little bit because we haven't done that sump yet, because we're waiting on that part as well. So we're just doing other bits on the car in the meantime until that sump comes, but it should be here very, very soon. Just going to let it warm up now for a little bit. Right, so as always, Jack's rolling a fag. End of video.
Because I've done it and
Right, so obviously you heard that noise there. As you can hear the actual induction kit dragging in air. Obviously it actually makes the exhaust pop a little bit more actually, which is sounds quite nice, doesn't it? It does it like a deeper tone. It might not pick it up on camera, but it does give it a bit deeper tone.
Induction noise.
What?
Induction noise, isn't it?
Jack, don't ruin my fucking outro.
I apologise.
Right, so as I said,
I need a drink.
this is basically allowing this car to breathe a lot more. You've seen how dirty the old air filter is. Jack's just doing whatever he does now because he don't really give a shit about this outro, do you, Jack?
Yeah.
So like, comment, subscribe, all that sort of stuff. Not sure what video is going to be next. It depends whether the sump comes or out. So we are just working around that. That sump is a priority. So as soon as that comes, that's going to get changed straight away. But this car isn't being moved until that point. So obviously we've got some decats for the car and some other bits. Obviously interior, I've got a good plan for that. It's going to be nice but elegant as well. So like, comment, subscribe, all that sort of stuff, and we'll see you guys in the next one.
You say elegant?
Elegant. Not elephant, elegant.
Elegant.
Yeah.
Okay.